Good morning, Zion House, Canada. Good morning, great people of El Dorado. If you're watching this on our YouTube channel, that is the Life in El Dorado. Good morning. It's been a while, and I just thought I'll catch up. It's been a whirlwind of a year for me. How has your year been? I hope it's been great, it's been rewarding, it's been productive. Mine has been great, but then I've also had some challenges. It could be best described the way Psalm 23 says it, as walking through the valley of the shadow of death. It's been tough because I've lost two close people to me this year, but I am thankful and grateful that it says the valley of the shadow. So it's a shadow of death. I'm alive and well, and so there is always cause to give God thanks. And so we continue to forge ahead despite what life has thrown at us this year. I don't know what 2024 has been for you. I give you the same charge that I've given myself. The best is still yet to come. Your greatest and your best years are still ahead of you. So what have we been up to in Zion House this year? We've had a great year. We call it our Elim year in the inner caucus. It's been good. This year was the year we began our first mountain retreat. I'll be sharing some snippets from that retreat that was held June 2024 with you as we begin our year in review in the month of December towards January 2025. We had our first mountain retreat. It was intimate, it was great, the location was fabulous, and we had a great time. I'll be sharing some of the snippets and what we learned and how we are looking forward to the next one coming up June 2025. Don't miss it. Our mountain retreat is coming up for air, and that is what we had. We had an infusion of a new breath of God's air, which is God's enablement, God's empowerment, God's oxygen, so to speak, so we could forge ahead with what He has asked us to do. So again, I had mentioned I wanted this to be like a little reintroduction of Zion House Canada. I know some of you are following, you just tagged along maybe because you love the name or because you just like the graphics that we posted or whatever your reason for coming along. I just thought I would do a reintroduction of Zion House Canada and the people that we really cater for, just in case you know somebody that might benefit from this initiative. So our overarching vision is targeted at the economic migrant. In the past, and if you look at our Life in El Dorado videos, I'd made a distinction between who the economic migrant is. The economic migrant is the one that relocated, for better living, not out of duress. They relocated because they were doing well, but then they felt they could add greater value to their host nation. In my case, it was a relocation from Nigeria to England and then to Canada. So for you, wherever you've come from and you've relocated from to the diaspora, the goal for you was to add value into your new country and then to have a better life, of course, for you and your family. So if that is you, you are an economic migrant, and Zion House Canada caters for the economic migrant. A big distinction there. So our vision is that the economic migrant, we would help, Zion House would help the economic migrant to bridge the cultural gap. There's a lot in the culture from your originating country to your destination country. We call it the culture shock. So Zion House Canada helps to bridge that cultural gap, and it also helps to enhance integration. Integration is the key word. Again, if you listen to the past videos, of Life in El Dorado, you will see where I mentioned at my citizenship ceremony, the judge had said, you receiving a passport today, because you got a passport does not make you automatically Canadian. You need to integrate into the culture, into the country. You need an integration. Zion House Canada exists to help the economic migrants integrate. There are many areas of life where you need an integration. You need it at work, in your career, you need it maybe in your business, you need it in your parenting. That goes to my next point. So we have our vision to bridge the cultural gap and to enhance integration for the economic migrant. Our mission is to ensure that no economic migrant walks alone, especially those raising spirited children. Just yesterday, I still got the question, what does spirited mean? Who is a spirited child? A spirited child is simply a child that is more. So think of the adjective, more energetic, more perceptive, more sensitive, and the list goes on. You know, that is the spirited child. The spirited child is the one that is at the greatest risk of being labeled in the diaspora. It can be as simple as the child does not sit still. A child that does not sit still will struggle in a conventional classroom. So it means you need to know the child. You need to deploy strategies to help this child cope in this new environment. In Nigeria, where I grew up, when you have a spirited child, everybody cheers and claps for that child and says, oh, action boy, action girl. We love them like that. But what we find in the diaspora, especially in England and in Canada, where I immigrated to, is that they don't like them like that. Especially when it's a young and inexperienced teacher, they struggle, especially when it's a large class as well. So we develop strategies in Zion House to help parents of spirited children navigate their journey into raising their children to awesome adults. I always say that the spirited child is a luminary, is a star child, but it will depend on your parenting style, and the environment that you create for that child will determine if the child is labeled or the child is lifted to being the superstar, the wonder, the sign that God has made them to be. If all this that I've said this morning resonates with you, then you are the target audience for Zion House Canada. If it doesn't pertain to you and you know somebody who might benefit, share this video, share this link, share this page so that they can get on board. We have our next mountain retreat coming up June 13 and 14, 2025. And it's going to be greater, it's going to be deeper, it's going to be better. And it's going to be focused on parenting the spirited child. So that's me. I'm Funlola, but I love to be called the Journey Diplomat, because in Zion House, we're all about sharing our journeys and our stories and helping one another navigate the journey better till we achieve that vision of bridging the cultural gap and integrating fully into our new community and adding value to the nation which we now call home. So share in the comment section. Let me know where you are located and if you have a spirited child or you know someone that has one. And tell me how this page has benefited you. Why are you following? Let me know, and hopefully I get to meet you or know you better someday. Thank you, and have a great start to your day. It's bye for now.